Remember the warm, amber glow of a dashboard radio late at night. You know these melodies by heart. But the track crowning our list was completely dreamed by an artist who almost threw it away. Behind these comforting sounds lies a world of unspoken isolation. And at number 1, we will reveal how a hidden saxophone solo built a timeless sanctuary. Today, we're counting down 10 soft rock hits from 1977 that will make you homesick. At number 10, we find the comforting warmth of Just the Way You Are by Billy Joel.
You always have my
September 1977. Imagine waking up past midnight with a beautiful melody echoing inside your head. That is how this track came to life. Billy Joel wrote this confession as a birthday gift for his wife, yet he ironically felt it was too soft and almost threw it away.
Need to know that you will always.
Luckily, 2 female artists overheard the tape and begged him to keep it. They built a cozy atmosphere using the gentle hum of a Fender Rhodes electric piano. But the real soul arrived when jazz legend Phil Woods walked in and delivered a haunting saxophone solo.
What will it take till you believe?
By February 1978, this unfiltered honesty soared to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, selling over 2 million copies in the United States.
Want you just the way you are.
For listeners over 60, this track triggers a deep homing signal. It makes us homesick for a lost state of mind, a time when life was slow and safe. It stands as a beautiful reminder that we were once loved exactly as we were.
I couldn't love you.
Sliding into the 9th spot, we find ourselves nodding along to the infectious groove of Baby Come Back by Player.
Baby, come back.
2 broken hearts, 1 shared apartment, and a notepad filled with desperate regrets. That was the messy reality behind this smooth 70s anthem. Musician Peter Beckett had just arrived from England, feeling completely stranded in Los Angeles after a painful breakup. His bandmate J.C. Crowley was suffering through the exact same misery.
I was wrong, and I just can't live.
Locked away together, they poured their shared isolation into a single track. In the studio, they wanted to blend the raw emotion of classic soul with the polished sheen of West Coast rock. They laid down a heavy, anchoring bass line and a sharp guitar riff designed to grab attention on the radio instantly.
But as the sun goes down, you get that empty.
By January 1978, this brilliant piece of pop craftsmanship swept across the nation, climbing all the way to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Player never reached this specific height again, but they left a permanent masterpiece.
Now that I put it all together.
For anyone who lived through the late 70s, these smooth harmonies trigger an instant wave of nostalgia. It brings back the feeling of endless summers, lost youth, and old friends who slowly drifted away. Player gifted us a permanent time capsule, proving that sometimes our deepest heartaches can turn into timeless gold.
Used up all the love in your heart.
If these melodies brought back a forgotten memory or touched a quiet corner of your heart today, please consider subscribing to our channel and giving this video a thumbs up. Your support helps keep this musical time machine running for everyone who needs a place to remember. Please, leave a comment below and share your own emotional journey with us. Tell us which song made you feel closest to home. Because no matter how far away you might feel, on this radio station, there will always be someone listening. At number 8, we feel the weight of physical distance and deep longing in When I Need You by Leo Sayer. A lonely cassette tape circulating behind closed doors changed the course of pop history. Albert Hammond wrote these desperate lines inside a sterile hotel room while completely hollowed out by a grueling tour schedule. He was drowning in a deep, agonizing homesickness. When Leo Sayer first listened to the rough playback, he broke down completely, recognizing his own hidden isolation in every verse. In the studio, they anchored this heavy vulnerability with a soft curtain of acoustic strings. But the true emotional breakdown happened when legendary saxophonist Bobby Keys entered the room. He blew a weeping, unscripted saxophone solo that felt like a painful late-night confession.
Miles and miles of empty space in between.
This unfiltered ache resonated deeply with a weary public. By the spring of 1977, this comforting ballad captured the top spot, peaking at #1 on both the United States Billboard Hot 100 and the UK Singles Chart.
But I won't be traveling.
These soaring notes trigger a profound wave of nostalgia, capturing the exact feeling of waiting by a cold payphone or holding a fragile, handwritten letter. It makes us intensely homesick for an era of quiet patience. Leo Sayer gifted us a timeless sanctuary, proving that distance can never erase the places we belong to.
It's cold out, but hold out.
Arriving at #7, we uncover the fragile, almost uncomfortable honesty of Sometimes When We Touch by Dan Hill.
And sometimes when we touch.
Late 1977. A young musician, only 22 years old, found himself completely paralyzed by his intense love for an older woman, terrified of losing her. He sat down and let his deepest insecurities bleed directly onto paper. It was a completely naked attempt to show her his true soul. Inside the studio, they chose an incredibly minimalistic arrangement focused entirely on acoustic guitar and gentle piano.
I wanna hold you till the fear in me.
To preserve the absolute honesty of that painful moment, they recorded his vocals live with 0 electronic alterations. Every single tremble and crack in his voice was left completely untouched.
Sometimes when we touch.
This emotional gamble paid off beautifully with a deeply moved public. The track climbed all the way to #3 on the United States Billboard Hot 100, becoming an instant comfort for millions.
And I have to close my eyes.
These delicate notes trigger a profound wave of nostalgia, capturing the exact sting of a first heartbreak under the safety of a childhood roof. Dan Hill gifted us a permanent sanctuary, a beautiful reminder that our rawest vulnerabilities are exactly what make us human.
At times I think we're drifters.
At #6, a mysterious grace glides into our countdown with the elegant masterpiece, Year of the Cat by Stewart.
She doesn't give you time for questions.
A brilliant cinematic story built from a forgotten chord progression. Stewart completely transformed the track by weaving a storyline from the movie Casablanca together with a title discovered in a Vietnamese astrology book. This unusual blend of cultural elements came alive in March 1977. Inside Abbey Road Studios, producer Alan Parsons engineered a brilliant musical labyrinth.
The year of the cat.
He arranged a seamless relay race of instrumental solos, passing the torch perfectly from a delicate acoustic guitar to a soaring saxophone recorded in just one take. This collective craft worked beautifully. The single gracefully climbed all the way to #8 on the United States Billboard Hot 100. A weary public instantly embraced its refined mystery, finding a welcome intellectual escape during a decade worn out by economic anxiety. These smooth textures act as a vivid portal, bringing back the exact scent of old car leather, the warm hum of an FM radio dial, and the absolute freedom of driving under a 70s twilight. It triggers a profound wave of nostalgia for an era when popular music dared to be literate and patient. Stewart left us a permanent sanctuary of sound.
But for now you're gonna stay in the year.
At #5, we step into a sun-drenched coastal memory with Sentimental Lady by Welch.
You are here warm, but
A beautiful melody can sometimes wait years to find its true destiny. Bob Welch originally recorded this track 5 years prior with his former bandmates, yet he felt its spiritual journey was far from over. In September 1977, he decided to completely reinvent the song, turning the studio into a private family reunion.
Yes, all of the things that I said that I wanted.
Lindsey Buckingham stepped in to arrange the sophisticated guitar layers, while Mick Fleetwood took over the drums and Christine McVie provided the elegant keyboards. Together, they built an intricate wall of harmonies that defined the permanent West Coast sound.
Sentimental, gentle wind blow.
This collective masterpiece resonated beautifully, gracefully climbing all the way to number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 and offering a soothing shelter during a time of intense social transition.
Sentimental lady.
These warm chords trigger an immediate wave of nostalgia, bringing back the vivid memory of summer beach bonfires and the quiet safety of a parent's front porch. Bob Welch left the world an enduring sanctuary of sound, proving that the warmest pieces of our youth never truly fade.
Come rushing by in my head when I'm with you.
A solitary child hiding in a bedroom, surrounded by a wall of infectious piano keys. At number 4, we uncover the beautiful paradox of Lonely Boy by Andrew Gold.
We'll teach him what we learned, oh yes, just what we learned.
In March 1977, this energetic rhythm hid a deeply personal heartache. Andrew Gold wrote these lyrics to process the painful sting of displacement he felt when his younger sister was born. He genuinely believed his parents had forgotten him. To prove his remarkable talent, he refused to hire a session band. He sat behind the drums, laid down the bass line, and hammered out those urgent chords all by himself.
Tend to her needs, she's so much younger than you.
To add a beautiful layer of warmth, his longtime musical partner Linda Ronstadt stepped up to the microphone, lending her gorgeous backing harmonies. This unfiltered honesty worked like magic, sending the track soaring all the way to number 7 on the United States Billboard Hot 100.
He thought he was the only one.
Andrew Gold never quite matched this specific peak again, but he gifted the world a surprisingly enduring piece of musical medicine. Those urgent piano keys trigger a profound wave of nostalgia, bringing back the exact image of a childhood room, the sound of a screen door creaking, and the complicated days of growing up. This song stands as a timeless reminder that our earliest heartaches are exactly what shaped who we are today. It remains a permanent sanctuary for anyone who ever felt left behind.
He left home on a winter day.
At number 3, we wrap ourselves in the slow, creeping ache of a record that simply refused to leave the radio waves. This is I Go Crazy by Paul Davis.
I go crazy.
August 1977. Imagine walking down a crowded sidewalk and suddenly freezing in your tracks because you just bumped into your first love. That unexpected, suffocating jolt is exactly why Paul Davis wrote this piece. He realized time is a terrible liar. It does not heal everything. He originally wanted to give this track to another artist, but his record company boss saw the raw pain in his eyes and forced him to sing it himself.
No, my heart just can't hide.
Inside the studio in Atlanta, they decided to keep the arrangement completely bare, guided only by a warm electric piano and a hushed, late-night bass line.
Your eyes, I go crazy.
Radio stations originally hesitated to play something so fragile, but late-night callers flooded the phone lines, demanding to hear it again and again. This wave of listener love pushed the ballad to number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, setting a historic record by staying on the charts for 40 consecutive weeks and selling over 1 million copies.
I realized that I was blind.
When you listen to this melody today, especially if you have crossed the age of 60, It acts as a powerful portal to your youth. It makes us intensely homesick because it captures the quiet vulnerability of a late-night drive in 1977, a time when a lost relationship could not be fixed with a text message, leaving you alone with the radio. Paul Davis left us a beautiful gift, a safe place to remember the people we loved and the homes we left behind.
When I look in your eyes, I go.
Moving to number 2, we rest our souls in the calm, deeply mature acceptance of We Just Disagree by Dave Mason.
Haven't seen you in a while.
September 1977. An old 12-string guitar sits in the corner, holding the quiet truth of a relationship that simply drifted apart. This gentle track was actually penned by Dave Mason's longtime guitarist, Jim Kruger. He captured the exact moment a major partnership reaches its natural end, ridding the lyrics of any bitter anger and replacing it with a peaceful understanding that it is simply time to move on.
Seems you've lost your feel for me.
Inside the studio for the album Let It Flow, they built the entire sonic foundation around Kruger's beautiful 12-string acoustic opening. This crisp, jangly introduction instantly brings a sense of travel and reflection. They kept the overall mix incredibly clean, layering soft, velvety backing harmonies around Mason's rugged, road-worn lead vocals.
There's only you and me, and we just is.
This down-to-earth approach completely won over the public. The single climbed all the way to number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming a permanent staple on FM radio stations for decades.
Have you got a place to stay? Why should I?
When we analyze why this melody makes us so intensely homesick, it is because it serves as the ultimate anthem for leaving things behind. For listeners over 60, those opening chords trigger the exact feeling of packing up an old apartment, watching your hometown fade in the rearview mirror, and realizing some childhood friends are now just beautiful memories. It is a comforting sanctuary of sound, proving that home is a place we sometimes must outgrow to truly appreciate.
So let's leave it alone.
Finally, at number 1, we reach the ultimate definition of 1977 soft rock. It is Sad to Belong by England Dan and John Ford Coley.
Yes, it's sad to belong to someone else.
Songwriter Randy Goodrum penned these words from a place of sheer emotional conflict, capturing a dilemma that resonated with millions. It was passed to the musical duo who were facing immense pressure to top the charts. Under the careful direction of producer Kyle Lenning, they recorded a seamless marriage between Nashville songwriting and the polished sheen of Los Angeles soft rock. They layered acoustic guitars and minimalist percussion, but the true brilliance lay in their flawless vocal harmonies.
And I reach beside me, hoping you.
The public response was overwhelming. By the summer of 1977, this gentle ballad conquered radio airplay, climbing to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and spending 5 weeks at number 1 on the adult contemporary chart. While some reviewers initially dismissed it as too lightweight, listeners recognized its profound emotional weight. As our number 1 choice, this track represents the absolute peak of 1977 soft rock. It is the ultimate homesick trigger because its sunny acoustic texture masks a deep, melancholic yearning. In my view, this song deserves the crown because it reminds us of a highly specific era. When you hear those bright harmonies today, you are instantly transported to a station wagon on a warm July evening, hearing the screen door creak at your grandparents' house. England Dan, who sadly left us too soon, alongside John Ford Coley, gifted humanity a beautiful sanctuary. They remind us that home is not just a place, but a period of innocent comfort we can only visit through these timeless chords.
Wish I had a time machine I could make.
As we lower the volume on these memories, from Billy Joel's Dream Melody to Albert Hammond's Lonely Hotel Ceiling, or Jim Kruger's bittersweet 12-string chords. We realize these 1977 hits are far more than just pop history. They are permanent sanctuaries for our youth. To keep this musical time machine running, please consider subscribing and liking. Share your own journey in the comments below, because on this station, there will always be someone listening.
The year of the cat.